Yeah, hi there. These comments, and you're going by username AP. Okay, so let's take a look at your email here. As you say, I'm stuck with Toefl. For now, I have seriously terrible Toefl experiences from those 3 exams. I have 92, 91, and 92 scores respectively, while the school requires minimum at 100. Undoubtedly, I became desperate. I tried to search various online mentors due to the limitation of my time. In contrast to others, you are very energetic and inspired as I watch many of your responses on YouTube. To be honest, I'm thinking about enrolling your programs, but I still have certain doubts. Do you think whether or not I have a chance to improve my scores, because I plan to have the next exam on December 13th? Sorry if my question doesn't make sense. Unavoidably, being failed so many times makes me so depressive. Okay, so the good news is, AP, you got great English skills. Let's face it here, you're getting over 90 every time. The bad news is you haven't reached the requirement as set from your university. So you don't have terrible English skills, you just haven't met the goal that your university is requiring. So you want to get 25, 25, 25, and 25. So you're struggling, it looks like, if that's what you want. So let's take a look at your, excuse me, let's take a look at your third score. You have 23 on the reading, 27 on the listening, so that's good. You have 20 on the speaking and 22 on the writing. So I'm looking forward to hearing your reply soon. Okay. I have on my homepage, I have a frequently asked questions about my service. So you're probably looking right now between about 5 and 10 points in 1 month of using my service if you study the necessary lessons. So obviously, your reading all the way down is actually pretty strong. You still want about 1 point. Your listening is looking pretty good, right? You're about average, right around 25. However, your speaking, you're getting killed every time. You're missing it. You're missing the speaking by at least 5 or 6 points each time. Your writing, one time you did well, you got 25, but on average you probably need about 3 to 5 points higher on the writing section. You need at least 5 points higher on the speaking section. So let me give you an example of a student. I had a student a few months ago. Her name was Saba, and when she came to me, her speaking skill was right around 22 points. Her writing was around 22, and after 3 months of using my service, she brought her speaking from 22 to 26, and her writing went from 22 to 29. So I think we can do this. I'm not going to guarantee I can do it in 4 weeks, but you know what? As long as you are a student of my online service, I will listen to any of your pronunciation pre-tests. I'll evaluate them. I'll give you feedback as to what you need to do in terms of improving your pronunciation. I will also score any of the practice tests, the speaking or writing independent or integrated practice tests that you take. So I will help you as much as I can, and I understand your frustration. You're almost there. You're very close to reaching your goal, but you haven't quite reached it yet. And I think that you've come to the last place that you'll need, I think, to get that last little bit that you need to move over the 100 mark. So as you know, you can learn a little bit about my system, my 7-step system, by going to my website at www.bettertoeflscores.com. And underneath the video, I want to invite you now to become one of my students. The sooner you become one of my students, the sooner you can start solving language problems relating to your speaking and your writing sections of the test. You got to do better in those two areas. I think your reading and your listening are pretty good, but we need to work on the speaking and the writing a little bit more. And probably with your speaking and writing, you actually do need some vocabulary and some grammar study. And that's exactly why I have my step 1 and my step 3, which focus on vocabulary and also grammar. Now with your speaking, you actually need to work on some of your intelligibility or pronunciation issues as well. So one of the first things, AP, that you want to do, after you subscribe to my service, I will send you an email containing your username, your password, along with your enrollment key. And once you get into my 7-step system website, you definitely want to take my pronunciation pretest right away. Because let's take a look at what problems you're having. Pronunciation problems can take some time to solve, and until you work on those issues, it's going to be hard for you to improve on your TOEFL speaking, because part of your grade is delivery, and delivery does mean pronunciation. So anyway, thank you for contacting me. I mean, wow. I mean, it takes guts. I mean, you don't really know who I am specifically. You've seen my videos at YouTube, but still, you know, we're kind of meeting right now for the first time. Anyway, good luck to you. And whether or not you choose to use my service, I wish you the best of luck. And if you do choose to use my 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT, I will do my best to work with you as much as I can. In fact, I've even hired an employee. I now have one employee who also helps me score the speaking and the writing practice test that you will be submitting. Alrighty?